If you're ready for Caleb Williams to be a Chicago Bear, well, you better get ready if you're not. Like this video if you're ready, because coming up, we're going to talk about an apparent dinner he had with some staff and players who are already on the team. Yeah, this thing feels like a done deal. Stay tuned. I'm Harrison Graham, and this episode of Bears Now by Chat Sports is presented by Manscaped. They got all of the best men's grooming products for all of you males out there. So go check them out. Get 20% off with promo code BEARS20 at manscaped.com. All right, Caleb Williams in Chicago, according to Waddle and Sylvie. And the timeline adds up because Ryan Poles said he would be in Chicago in the first week of April. He said that Williams had dinner with some Bears front office members on Tuesday night. And I would argue, more importantly, some Bears players as well. Current players on the team reportedly attending this dinner. He, of course, is the heavy favorite to be the number one pick at this point in time. And, I mean, there's really no reason to even pretend at this point. This thing is just done. He's going to be the number one pick. You could send in the sheet now. You can announce it now. Now, are they going to do that? No, because there's still 3 weeks and a day to go. So, something could pop up. Something could change their mind, I suppose. But it really doesn't feel like that's going to happen. It feels like they've locked in their number one pick. He's starting to meet people beyond just Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus and Shane Waldron. They're having teammates around him now. Like, this thing feels done. And look, I think it should be, unless, again, something major pops up that they do not expect. We could only talk about the talent so many different ways. I mean, he's got the full arsenal of throws. He's got enough size. I think he plays with a swagger that's contagious. His teammates have come out and said they love him. Same with coaches. Like, he's been productive. He's won a Heisman Trophy. I mean, he's done it all at the college level, and I do think he is a step above the rest of the quarterbacks in this draft. Now, I am fascinated by this dinner. I hope we get more nuggets out of it, but just a few players that I hope were in attendance. Obviously, people are on vacation. It's the offseason, all that stuff. Like, I didn't even list Jalen Johnson because we know he spends most of the offseason in California. Now, if he was there, that'd be great as well. But I hope DJ Moore was there. He was vocal about wanting to keep Justin Fields, so it would be nice for him to meet Caleb and for that bond to start to build. Him and Keenan Allen already know each other. You'd like to continue to build that. Cole Kmet, young tight end that he's going to be throwing to. DeAndre Swift, new running back, couple of offensive linemen protecting him. Darnell Wright, Teven Jenkins, I'd like to see that they were there. A veteran like Montez Sweat, who's emerged as a leader on this team. Jaquan Brisker, who was very vocal about wanting to keep Justin Fields. Well, how about you get to know the guy who's going to replace Justin Fields and, build around him as well and say, hey, man, I got your back. Just because I wanted to keep Justin doesn't mean I'm not going to have your back. Tremaine Edmunds, TJ Edwards, a couple more vets. I mean, hell, you'd love the whole team to be there. That's just not realistic. But if some of these type of guys are there, veterans, leaders, guys he's going to be playing with, were at this dinner, I think that would be awesome. Hopefully we get more details on that because I think that would be very, very cool to see who was at this dinner. And look, I think this is going to happen. It's felt like this for a while. I think it's been kind of set in stone, at least close to, since the NFL Combine. And if we revisit the Combine, here's what Caleb Williams said about the possibility of playing in Chicago.
The Bears was an 8-9 team last year, I believe, and 7-10. Sorry, and that's pretty good for a team that has the first pick. And they got a good defense. They got good players on offense, and it's pretty exciting. If you could go into a situation like that.
And by the way, that clip was from before the Bears traded for Keenan Allen. So just another weapon on that offense. 22 days away from round one of the NFL draft as the Bears are on the clock. I think the Commanders are really on the clock because I do think it's going to be Caleb. But we're getting closer and closer to it becoming official. Now, subscribe to the channel if you want daily Bears content for 100% free. Hit the sub button, turn on notifications. Do not miss out as we're going to continue to keep you guys up to date with the latest Bears news, rumors, and draft coverage. And speaking of which, it's not just Caleb Williams. Rome Odunze set to have his draft visit soon as well. Report that He will be at Halas Hall tomorrow. There's been a few players coming in and out of Halas Hall so far this week. Sounds like Caleb Williams one of those. Ian Rappaport with the report saying Washington wide receiver Rome Odunze, a likely top 10 pick and one of the draft's best wide receivers, visited the Jets today being Wednesday, and he has the Bears tomorrow. He also said he's already spent some time with the Giants as well. Jets picking at 10, by the way, behind the Bears. Giants picking up at number 6. So coming up next, are we going to get the dream? Is the Caleb Williams-Rome Odunze combo going to come to fruition in Chicago? One can hope. We will explore that coming up here in just a moment. But I do want to show some love to our sponsor, Manscaped. And this is a special month for the sponsor, Manscaped, because, yes, they're going to help you shave your balls. And guess what? An unfortunate reality of being a male is you could end up with testicular cancer at some point. Well, this is National Testicular Cancer Awareness Month, and this is really cool. Our friends over at Manscaped have partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to help spread awareness for men's health and early cancer detection. Visit manscaped.com/TCS, manscaped.com/TCS, to learn how to check yourself for early signs of cancer. And as always, you can use promo code BEARS20 to go check out all their different products at manscaped.com. But I would encourage you guys to look into that, especially as you get older. I'm probably approaching the age of 30 now, that you gotta check yourself. You gotta get those scans and make sure that you're staying on top of your health, because you never know. Like, you don't want to be too late on this stuff. Where if it does pop up, it's too late to get that removed, because cancer is a very unfortunate but real thing that happens, and testicular cancer can be really tricky. So be sure to do that. I'm a big fan of their top product, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. It's going to help you shave downstairs and keep that area nice and clean. Again, get promo code or 20% off with promo code BEARS20 at manscaped.com. And again, to check out the Testicular Cancer Society awareness, manscaped.com/TCS. Find all that. Those links will be in the comments and in the description. Appreciate the love and support, and go check out Manscaped. All right. Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze is the dream. I mean, sure, Malik Neighbors would be awesome too, Marvin Harrison Jr., but a dream that is realistic is Caleb and Rome. Like, most mock drafts have it fallen that way. Now, that's not a guarantee. That's just people throwing drafts together. We don't know how it's going to play on April 25th, but if you could get this dude in here with Caleb Williams to be another weapon for him, a fellow rookie to grow with for hopefully a decade plus here, I mean, he kind of fits exactly what you would like your other starting receiver to be. You have DJ Moore, your 5'11", 6-foot yak guy who could beat man coverage, who's a good route runner and explosive after the catch. You have Keenan Allen, who's just a route running technician, just knows how to find the soft spots in the zone. And then Rome Odunze, 6'3" or so, 210 pounds. He can be that true X receiver. DJ Moore can be more of that Z with Keenan Allen in the slot. I mean, are you kidding me? Then Tyler Scott can be your home run guy, your wide receiver 4. Just go run some screens and some go routes. Like, I really, really love the idea, and most importantly, the fit of Rome Odunze coming to Chicago, not having to perform at a crazy high level as a rookie, but then being that guy that Caleb can grow with down the line, and I think is good enough to contribute at a high level as a rookie. How about this from Jordan Schultz? He says, interesting Rome Odunze comp from a longtime NFL scout I spoke with. He's Devontae Adams to me, but bigger. Watch his releases at the line of scrimmage. There's some of the basketball footwork as Adams. Rome's a classic X. He's a day one star, and man, I mean, that just gives me goosebumps, man. Devontae Adams, who we saw torment this team for about a decade in Green Bay, you get a player of that caliber here, who, by the way, is bigger and is a little bit faster. Now, again, Adams is an absolute superstar, so, like, to expect that is a little rich. But if that's a comp for him, if he reaches his potential, that's scary to think about when you already have DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, and then guys like Cole Kmet who can complement this offense as well. If you want Rome Odunze on the Bears, type me down below. How can you not? I mean, this guy is a top 5 or 6 player in this draft and has a chance to fall into your lap at number 9. That would be awesome. Spam the comments by typing me if you want Rome Odunze. Keep the draft theme going. Jaquan Brisker was kind of doing a little Q&A on Twitter, and deleted the tweet. I'm thinking someone in the Bears building was like, you may want to take that one down. He was asked, who would be the top edge you would like to take, Dallas Turner or Jared Verse? And he said he would take Dallas Turner over Verse. The phrase he used was, no offense to Verse. So that could be funny if they draft Jared Verse. I'm sure it'll be fine if they do. But you compare these two guys, a couple of prospects we've talked about a lot. Obviously, two players that could be in the mix at number 9 or in a trade down scenario. They're different players, right? Like pick your flavor. That's kind of the way I put it. Dallas Turner is tick undersized for a 4-3 edge. I think he probably fits a 3-4 better, but he's explosive enough and has insane athletic traits that I think he can play in a 4-3. You're projecting a bit there. Jared Verse, he's probably got a higher floor in a 4-3 and still has room to grow, and it probably fits the build of a traditional 4-3 a little bit more. So again, it's kind of how do you vary that if you're the Bears when you're putting together your big board? Like Verse might fit better on paper, Turner might have a bigger upside. That's kind of up to Ryan Poles, Matt Eberflus, and their staff to figure that out. What we do know for sure is you would like to get another dude in here. We talked about this earlier. Matt Eberflus via Bears.com was talking about this. We need that 1-2 punch. We got Montez Sweat. Who's that other guy going to be? I'd love for it to be Javon Dexter, who's already here, but obviously you're projecting there. He's still a young player who's growing. I will say this. If you're going to go defense, I would prefer to trade down from 9 because you can still get one of these edge rushers or even a defensive tackle, potentially like Byron Murphy or Jazon Newton. Latu could fall a little bit. So I don't think you have to force the issue at 9 unless you really love somebody, but that would be my preference. If you go defense, I would prefer to trade down, get an extra pick or two, and then pick one up, somewhere in the teens, 14, 15, 16, grab somebody right there. Now, who do you think is the better prospect? Brisker's going with Dallas Turner. If you think it's Turner type DT, if you think it's Jared Verse type JV. I think Turner's upside is bigger. I think Verse might be a slightly better overall fit, but, do you want to gamble on the upside of Turner? Certainly couldn't argue if you would. Type DT for Turner or JV for Verse. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode of Chicago Bears Now. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications as we will continue to keep you up to date with the latest Bears news and rumors.